Hello everyone. In this video, I will be briefing you about how to create IS5803 system request form. As a part of IS5803 concept, we will be working on a simple web application project. Mostly, we work on documentation part. There is no implementation part as a part of completing this module. We mostly focus on creating documentation related to the system designs. So the first step of this activity is selection of project. This week we work on creating system request form which speaks about what kind of system we are going to create and what are key information, some key information related to the project we will be discussing. So to select a company, to select an application, what we are going to design, it is very important that we follow these steps. The first step is we are supposed to select a business that is a local business and a simple business for which there is a need for application, software application. It is also important that you should select a company that is having very low web presence. So my suggestion is that you select a fictitious company which do not have any existence. Okay, so select your by using your own name or some sample names. You can create your own company kind of thing. uh, like me in like you should assume that you are having a some XYZ company. You should name that company. For that company, you are going to create a web application. So I will be suggesting certain titles to you. Based on the title, you create your own company name and what kind of business it is going to do. Okay, so you are supposed to mention the company name and what it does in your document. Next one is to create an application, there should be a certain problem that is experienced by the business. You need to understand what kind of business problem the company is experiencing for which you are going to create an application. So the solution that the application solution here means the application that we are going to create will definitely have impact on the business. Because of that application, certain benefits will be raised to the organization, which includes increase in brand recognition, increasing customers, increasing sales, maybe customer satisfaction, maybe simplifying business processes, reducing waste. Several types of benefits a software application will create for the organization. So these are some basic things. Before you select a company, the company should be small. The company should be having a local presence. You can take a fixtures company. Company should have a problem for which you are going to create an application. So some sample problem are mentioned here. Then because of implementation of the software application, so whatever we are going to document now, because of that application, the organization should be getting benefited. It should create certain value to that. Okay, assume a small and simple company. So anyhow, like see what I'm mentioning here is I'm going to give you the title. Based on that title, you will be continuing the work. So let me show you some sample codes that are allocated to you. So these are the company titles that are allocated to you. When you click on this title, just before you listen to next slides, just cross check these links. Okay, let me open one link. When you click, let's see, this is allocated to some person, and when you click on that one, it automatically redirects you to the application. You should understand the purpose of, by reading this, you should understand whatever the information provided here. By reading that, you should understand what is the purpose for which the application is created. Ignore all technical things like what kind of programming language they used, why, what kind of database they used. You need not to think about it. Just whatever you check here, whatever you read here, whatever you identify here, whatever the demo video that we have, whatever the things you listen, you read, you these all things should be helping you to understand what kind of project you are going to create, purpose of the project, and how that project is going to benefit to the organization which is implementing it. Okay, so this is very important. So make sure you read the content properly, understand what kind of features it is going to implement. You can also perceive, like you can, from your perception, you can speak what kind of benefits it is going to create to the target company that is going to implement it. So when you click on respective links, you will be able to see the respective information and for whom the project will be implemented, that is mentioned here. For example, online examination project will be implemented for the school. Here you should create your own school name. Maybe I like the name David, maybe David Memorial School, like this, David Memorial School. This should be the name operating in US, very near to your location. Maybe to select some state, Chicago, or some any state within the US. Any state name, any location name in the US, you are supposed to mention. Whatever the name that is given to your organization, that should be operating locally in US. All right. So this is how you select. You will be you are allocated with a project, and now based on the type of the business, you will be giving a name to the business, and the location should be local to US. Any state, any location, any particular location you can take. Okay, see, because while we mention about the organization, maybe if it is a David Memorial School, David Memorial School is one of the uh, it's a new school that is established in Chicago, or maybe Street 4, like that. In that way, you should mention your project, your company details. And the school maybe provides educational services to students that are from kindergarten to maybe 10th class. Like that, you are supposed to discuss about your school. Okay, you should give a brief explanation about your company in your document. So it is very important to assume your own school name and where it is operating. Okay, give name in the template I will mention. Give name and select location. So you should remember these things because in the next continuation projects you will be working on the same. Okay, you should also give name and you should select location. So these are some basic steps that we do. Now let us start understanding the template on which we are going to work. So this is the template that will be given to you. So it consists of four important sections. Only one page work should be completed. So for this one page work, I'm giving this much explanation because I don't want you people to commit a mistake. So these are the four sections that we will be writing, including the first section title and sponsor names. It will be total five sections that we write, and this should be completed in one page. So sponsors. So you have a school right now. You can say principal. You can give some name. Maybe the name can be David also. So it all depends what kind of name you will be giving. So you can think about some XYZ name and you can give that name and give the role. What kind of role he is having with that organization. For example, here it is a school, right? And the school name is David Memorial School. So what I do is here maybe like I will say Ruxana principal. That's enough. Company school name. Okay. The sponsor here, sponsor is Ruxana, the principal. Got it. So this is how we give name. Don't give my name. It should be the person who is related to the company. Everything is fictitious. You are assuming things and finishing things. Here, nothing is wrong. So, like whatever you write, there is no wrong in this one. The procedure should be followed and finished everything. You are supposed to give title here. So, what should be your title? Maybe like well, let us select the name online examination project for David Memorial School. That should be your title. So here the project name is online examination portal. You can use your own style to mention that, like this online examination system to support David Memorial School. So like this, I modified my title and used it for the school. Okay, like this, I mentioned it, and make sure you do this underline. This is how we should create our sponsor name and title. So make sure you give some name and role within the organization for the sponsor. Second one is the title, whatever the title that is allocated to you, that should be slightly modified and used for your company. So mentioning company name and the title as a combination helps you to make your title unique. Now, this is a simple part. Next one is the four sections that we are supposed to write. Please try to understand these sections very clearly. So I want you to write a short paragraph for each section, which exclusively discusses about what is asked to you. Okay. So the first section is what is the business need? Why is this request being made? What is the purpose of completion of doing this project? That should be discussed here. So it is very simply clearly mentioned three important points you should cover. First one is what is the business. So here you will be mentioning business. What is your business name? You should discuss about your business name. Next, what kind of activities your business do? What are your products and services, and where it operates? These details should be mentioned. So next section is, so let me show it in PDF PPT. So here what we do, what is your business? Hence mention business name, again products and services, who are your customers. If it is the case of school, it will be students and parents. Next, where it operates. These things should be discussed. The locality should be within the US. Okay, so that is very important. So after discussing these things, the next section is what are your problems. So you should exclusively discuss what kind of difficulties. So the application, based on the application, you can under your application name, whatever the project name we have, based on that we can understand what problem we are going to address. Maybe because it is an online examination system, we usually face difficulty related to conducting exams, grading it, saving marks, giving ranks to the students. These kind of problems we will be experiencing because of such complexities. So related to this project title I am telling you, every project will have a title. Based on that title, you should assume what kind of problems they might be having for which the application is created. Okay, here related to this title, examination project we are going to create. So for that reason, what we discuss, the kind of problems the college might be experiencing is conducting exams, giving grades, identifying ranks, like that. So the complexity associated with that thing will waste the resources that are working on such activities. Maybe like the process, the traditional process is wasting resources in preparing paper, conducting exam. So maybe a lot of teachers might be used for that purpose. Maybe some other classes will be given holiday to conduct exam, like that. So these all things, what it is, it wastes teaching resources, teaching staff on unnecessary things. If it is conducted online, it's simply like the person sitting somewhere can work on the exam and he can fix it. Okay, like that. So here the wastage of resources, because of such wastage, the cost will be impacting. Like that, we perceive things and we work on it. Okay, we write things like that. So because of the implementation of application, what kind of solutions it might be experiencing. So here what happens is, because of implementation, the examination process will become simple. And because of such a simple and flexible examination, the problems that are associated with the organization will be reduced in some time. Okay, so the organization might experience better performance by the employees, better performance with related to conducting exams and giving grades and providing ranks to the students. Evaluating students will be possible On a like a simple click you can understand how each student is performing. So these are some expectations, like the performance of the examination process should be improved. That could be the expectation of creating the application, like that you should discuss. Okay, so next section is um, business requirements. Here, when you open the link, you will definitely find what kind of features it will be providing. These are the some features that is providing, what kind of actions that application will support, that should be explained here. So broadly you discuss what activities the proposed application does, and you also mention different functionalities that application will create, that will be covered by the business requirements. Understand? So for example, if you take examination portal, what it does, it allows like the aspirants, examination aspirants, to register to the portal. It helps to give exam online. Then again, it provides automatic gradings. It evaluates each grade and sorts people names by ranking order. Like that, some of the activities will be done by the examination portal. Usually, that is my understanding. You can write it in your own understanding. Okay, so simply any application you take, for example, online grocery store you take, what it does, it provides like selling listing of products available with the company. Then it allows customers to purchase the product. It allows a customer to give feedback, like that. There will be different functionalities that will be related to any application we create. That are those details should be mentioned here. First, we mention what is the key aspect, what is the main aspect of creating it. Then we discuss about each and every functionality of the application. Next, what value the company is going to create. So business value, maybe like it can, some examples of business value includes increasing productivity, maybe increasing revenues. For example, here if you take in the examination portal, because of that, the productivity of the teaching staff will increase. Their time can be used for teaching purposes. Okay, so here, if you make it more specific, maybe like 30% of teaching staff time will be effectively utilized. With the wastage time, 30% of the time initially it used to be get wasted because of examination process. Now it can be reduced, and effectively 99% effectively teaching staff time is utilized for teaching purposes. That can be discussed like that. And the cost associated with examination process can be reduced. So these things are usually mentioned when we discuss about what kind of value it is going to create and what benefits, because of online examination, what benefits the organization can get, that can be discussed. Okay, you can be specific, not every time, maybe you can make it specific. Otherwise you can simply explain in a broader level what kind of benefits the organization is going to get because of implementing your own application. Okay, so that should be discussed effectively. Next one is special constraints. See, here there will be certain constraints when we develop an application, especially a software system. So financial constraints. So first thing is you should have enough budget to complete the system, and whatever the project we mentioned, that should be completed within the budget, whatever the allocated budget. So financial constraints are very important to any project, because if you don't complete a project within the scheduled cost, scheduled time, scheduled quality, it always impacts badly. It also creates sustainability issues to the project, the company. Okay, so it is very important that you follow. We, the or company, see, we mentioned that the main the budget, the project will be completed within the allocated budgets, like that. So you should assume, maybe you can mention certain amount of budget will be used for the purpose. Any some two to three options of these four elements you can mention. Among that, you should be specifically discussing it. The technological constraints, the technology that we use, that should be agile, or like it should support a fixed system and the organization for longer time. Second thing is the technology that we are going to use for implementation of the project should be readily available. These two constraints we mostly discuss. Time constraints, I hope you people know that, but what is time constraint? The proposed project should be completed within the scheduled timeline, otherwise, it will badly affect the organization. So, again, people constraints, so whatever the project we create, that should be happily accepted by the employees, customers, users, and other people. So, the thing that you are going to develop that should be easy, flexible, and simple to use by the people. Otherwise, what happens? People start resisting to the applications that you develop. Okay, so make sure you discuss these things. What kind of, you should discuss such a way that how important a financial constraint for your project, technological constraint for your project, time constraint, people constraint. These things should be effectively addressed. Okay, so everything, whatever the four sections that are mentioned, there should be very simple, specific, and should discuss these elements. All right. So I will simply conclude this one by mentioning, by covering all the aspects. First thing is, you will be allocated with a project. So, and for whom we are going to create that project is given here. You will be giving your own name to that school, that company. Okay, for whom we are developing, we will be giving, and we choose a location for that one. So that is the first step. Next step is, after coming to the system request form, we give a sponsor name and his role, his or her role. Then we modify the given title slightly and we mention it as a title. Next is, we what we do is, next we discuss about business need. This should be a simple paragraph addressing these three questions. Don't give subheadings for these three questions. You should give, if in a paragraph, you should address what is the business need. Next one, business requirement. Here also don't give this side heading. Just mention what are your business requirements. You should speak about functionalities that the application offers. Next one, what value the project proposed, whatever the implemented project will create it to the organization, that should be discussed. And finally, what special constraints or issues that you identify for the project? How, what kind of things can badly affect your project, or by maintaining, which can provide good to the project, that should be discussed in the last section. This is a one-page document, so make sure you write it effectively. That's it from my side, team. All the best. Do good. Thank you.